How we doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
Almost done with spring.
Almost. Then the fall. Well, summer, but then fall coming.
Yes, sir. It never stops.
Nah.
Keep going.
365.
You looking forward to the spring game? You got anything in particular that you've been working on this spring that maybe the fans are gonna see for the first time?
Some of our celebrations, AZ, Quindarius, some of us, we got some good celebrations for y'all. We get our hands on the ball a couple times. But, it ain't nothing big. I think we just going to go out there and, just try to put on a good showcase for, the fans of Tallahassee and, all the Florida State fans around the world. But, we ain't got nothing special. We just go out there and, put on a show.
You guys are always putting on a show. I mean, I love talking to if I ask a receiver, hey, what's your touchdown dance? What's the celebration going to be? Like, well, I'll think about it. DBs, it's already picked out.
Yeah. Because, we don't really have the opportunity, because the receivers, they get a lot of, chances, show off. So, we be planning ours because, we be in the DB room, like, when we get our chance, we going to do this. So we in the end zone, party in the end zone. So, we real big on that because when we get our chance, we want y'all to feel us as a DB group, as a defense in general.
So we have so much that I can talk with you about. And again, folks, if y'all want to ask questions, please throw them in the chat for Shyheim. But so I won't go back to the Clemson play. It's an amazing play. We have a thing on it. Just the way you called that, the way y'all drew it up, got yourself in the end zone. But last year you really took a huge jump. I think your NFL passer rating allowed when you were thrown at last year was 10.4. Like the quarterback could have thrown the ball into the ground and had a better passer rating than throwing at you last year. And that was a huge jump from the year before. And I know people are already saying this year, you're making a similar jump. I mean, what's led to that development? Is it just the mentality? Is it, having Coach Surtain come in? Or talk to us about what's been going on, how you've made those jumps.
I just feel like I'm surrounded with, a whole group of great people, great guys, great coaches. It's a big shout out to Coach Surtain and Coach Adam Fuller, because they're big on me about me being me. Not thinking too much while I'm on the field. I had a big problem on guessing routes. So when you see me like in what I'm doing on Saturday, it might not look like that Tuesday through Thursday.
Right.
I might be looking bad in coverage, but that just set me up for the game week, the game day. So I just give a shout out to Coach Surtain and Coach Adam Fuller because, they just be on me about being the best I can be and for Saturdays and for moments that, you or the fans have seen. So I do feel like Coach Surtain and, the other coaches is a big part of, why that passer rate was so low.
So more broadly, as a safety, you're kind of the quarterback of the defense in a lot of ways. And, how do you split your time between perfecting your craft, right? The little things, guessing routes, your technique, but also still making sure, you are learning what the whole defense is supposed to be doing. Right. That way you can direct everyone out there. How do you balance all that?
I just feel like you just got to take it one step at a time. And I balance it. I got, great players with me. So, quarterback and the defense might not be as hard as you think it is. Cause, when you have good players on the field with you, your job as a captain or a leader is easy. And I'll probably say, one thing I try to focus on when I'm on the field or anything like that is just, my job first and then the others. So, like, if before a play, I'm lining up, okay, what I got to do. Then next is, what else can I give to my teammates to, help them better on this play. And I just feel like some of that or half that come with time and then, the other half come with preparation. I'm big on film. Like, it could be 1 o'clock on a Saturday or 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I'm finna turn on Catapult, get some film, and I just think that the little things and anything you can do to get better, you should try to do. So I feel like that's a big part, that preparation and then the guys around me.
So I know we've talked a lot about, what you've learned from the guys who came before you, Jamie Robinson, who's having a great career, Akeem Dent going out this year, and we saw all over Twitter his pro day just kind of lit everything up, and people are like, how was he not at the combine?
I told people, I say when I found out Akeem ain't get invited to the combine, that really touched me because the work he put in and just the type of guy he is, what he's been to me through my career, that really just touched a certain spot. But I was good, God blessed him to go out there and show off his abilities at pro day. So hopefully that opened people's eyes. A lot of people in the world eyes of what King can do. So that really touched me when my dog ain't get invited to that combine.
I mean, he made the most of his pro day, man. And Well, let me ask. So, how was that? The guy who's been kind of a leader to you your whole time here, looking up to you, and then you're in a situation where maybe you got to say something to him, encourage him, be like, "Look, man, you're gonna show your talents. Pro day's coming." Like, was that kind of a cool moment to get to be there with him?
Of course, I remember the first time I seen him. He came back to practice. Him, Jada, Doodle, they was out there, and I just was like, "You ready?" It was like I think a week or like the week of pro day. He was like, "Yeah, I just been working on my craft." I just told him, "Just go out there and be you, man." We together every day. I done played beside him for probably 20 plus games, so I know what he can do. I'm in the meeting room with him. He a very smart athlete, athletic, fast. So I just told him, just go out there rep by rep. Just take your time with stuff, and he did it, and he put on the show. So it was a cool moment. Even with Jamie, when Jamie came back, the year before last, it was just a good moment. Just seeing the guys you played with, being able to go out and show that God-given ability, and then maybe having a chance to take it to the next level. It's always a good moment.
Yeah, man. It's again, what y'all built as a secondary room. The guys who are leaving, the guys who y'all are restocking. We got a question from someone from the 247 board, Noel F and Way. Folks, if y'all want to ask questions, please throw them in the chat. They'll get them up there. How high are your expectations for the secondary this year?
They're very high. We was in the leaders in third down passing yards allowed last year. So. And we wasn't at number one, unfortunately. So the expectation is to be number one going into this season, and then leaving out at the end of the season to be number one in all areas of passing as a secondary, even runs. Because in Florida State you got to be able to tackle. So the missed tackles, we're trying to cut down on them. Expectations is real high for the backing because anytime a play happens, up front, the D-line linebackers, it might not stick out, but Coach Surtain say all the time, anytime we mess up, it's going to be on Sports Center the next day or, Twitter. You might have somebody kid crying because of us, but in our reality, it ain't us, but it's going to look like it's us. So the expectation and the standing in the DB room is real high.
I'm getting excited just hearing that answer, dude. I can't wait to see what y'all do, especially the safety room and what you're building there. Adam Brown asked, how do you ensure that there's not a drop off in communication on the defense this year? And I kind of want to add to that, do y'all have radios on the defense this year too, or is that just quarterbacks?
Yes, it's on the defensive side too. Mainly through the spring, it's been the linebackers. Coach Fuller been trying to get the linebackers, comfortable with their piece, and I think maybe me and Vontae and maybe Conrad are sooner or later get an earpiece, but what was the question? What do you have?
So with that kind of being a new element, like how do y'all make sure that there's not a communication drop off with now a play's trying to come in, then they're trying to relay it to you?
Okay, because just the preparation, like I said, the preparation. Tuesday through Thursday, we working on. We got the microphone in practice. We got cameras on our helmet. Just the preparation, and. Our motto, our standard as a defense and even as a team is if you out there on the field, you a starter. So it don't matter if you a freshman, 6th year, it's your 2nd year. When you out there on the field, you expected to perform at a high level. So I feel like Monday through Thursday in practice, sets us up for the good communication, the good execution.
Dude, we're having an event this Friday. Mike Norvell's going to speak there, folks. You can get tickets if you want. There's going to be a silent auction. I want to auction off like you giving a hype speech or like a pregame speech, but just for anything. Be like, Shy, I got a big presentation at work. Like, can you just give me 30 seconds and get me ready to rock?
I got 30 seconds. That's easy. I got 30 seconds in me.
So we got a question. Who is the hardest receiver to go up against?
That's crazy. I play safety, so I got a good, I guard a little bit of all of them at certain points in practice. I'll probably say the most, challenging person I done had to deal with so far is Jakai Douglas. Just because, he got it all in his package. He's small, but, he ain't hard to bring down. He got 101 moves. He fast. He got good hands. So, and that's more part of my problem with guessing my routes is with Jakai.
Right.
He gonna give you one and then give you another one. So, and a big shout out to Jakai because I feel like he the reason my coverage been getting better and stuff like that. So I'll probably say Jakai.
What about I know he hasn't been there that long, but fellow Lake City guy Camden Fryer heard he's pretty fast.
Yeah, I ain't had a chance to guard Lil Camden yet, but he fast. Second scrimmage we had, he ended the scrimmage, and I'm pretty sure it's on Florida State.
Yeah.
He ended the scrimmage. He went deep for the bomb. He real fast. So I'm ready to see what Camden, and he from where I'm from. I'm ready to see what Camden can do. For us, even if it ain't this year, I'm always watch. And I know what he about because he from where I'm from. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
ready to see Camden play.
Columbia Lake City, if you guys weren't familiar, but yeah, we had Camden on and I asked him, like, what's the biggest difference between you and your dad's game? He's like, I'm faster. I was like, oh yeah, and I kind of did what you did. I was like, yeah, we saw it on, I hope they published that on Twitter, But anyways, Isla wants to know, Shy, what former player taught you the most?
I'm guessing they saying like one I done played with.
Yeah.
I say Kier Thomas, not even even a football standpoint, but a life standpoint. We go by Pop, but Kier Thomas, he played with me my freshman year, and he really just preached to me every day what it was gonna take, to take them steps that y'all been seeing, and I think about that every day, and then even with the young guys, like y'all say, how do I be a leader or preach to them? Like I use some of the stuff he taught me, so I'll probably say Kier Thomas. He had the biggest impact to me since I've been here.
Now, am I remembering right? Do you have a brother that played in the league? I remember you slipped that in one day.
Yeah.
So
He played for Ole Miss.
Okay.
And he actually ran the fastest 40 his year.
Okay.
He ran like a 4.28, 4.29. He went to the Jaguars, but he hurt his foot, so he had to retire early. But I did have a brother go to the NFL.
Is that helpful too, though? Just having somebody you talk to like that too, that's seen the process, that's gotten there.
That's real easy because and as a brother, they're not gonna sugarcoat it. So that's real important having like an asset like that.
Zach Ainge asks Shy, who's the best trash talker on the team, and why is it you?
Nah, it ain't me. It ain't me. Malik Benson, most definitely. Malik Benson.
Okay, well, yeah, I got to see that exchange. You two don't stop yelling at each other.
Nah, we don't.
Y'all were
That's
going.
my boy, though. I love him to death. That's my boy, but me and Malik, we go at it all the time. But he when you athletic like that and when you talented like that, I don't expect nothing else. But it's definitely Malik Benson. People think it's me. I don't know where they get that from, but it's definitely Malik Benson.
Yeah, I don't know where they get that from either. A guy who's probably not Jarian Jones, named Jarian Jones, wants to know, how is it playing with J-Dub? That guy's so much of a savage. What's up, J-Dub?
He's definitely a savage. It was great playing with J-Dub. I mean, that's another guy that I can say really helped me in my career because he was at practice probably last week. All of a sudden you hear J-Dub in the back of the meeting room. We watching one-on-ones as a DB group. And I'm like, I look down, I'm like, I'm on my heels, I'm off balance. And, he just gave me a few pointers right then and then. He in the back of the room, I can read lips. So, he talking to me. So, anytime you have a guy like that on the field with you, real smart, athletic guy like that, it's always great. And he a real ball hawk, I'm pretty sure that's probably him. So he probably looking at this laughing like, yeah. But, it was great playing with J-Dub. That's my guy. He's going to be my guy forever.
Yeah, man, we're gonna miss him a lot, and but again, just another example of what last year's team was all about. Last year's team was a lot of guys who had gone through really tough times, whether it be COVID, transferring, maybe.
And half of us went through all that together, so that's why all that was special. And you feel the same energy from this team, even though we ain't went through as much together, and we've been together 6 months. But it ain't nothing. I can speak for the whole team. It ain't nothing we're not gonna do for each other. So that relationship is just gonna roll over. And with the people that came in, they getting a sense of how we do things and how family oriented we in. Even like if on weekends, if we going out, don't stay home. Come out with the team. Come out with us. We all here together. We be with each other every day. So might as well. So it's just gonna try to keep that going. What J-Dub and all us had, just gonna try to keep it going.
And it's cool just to hear guys from every position room talk about that. talked to a couple offensive linemen last week, and I remember like T-Fert was saying before he even got on campus, guys were hitting him up. He's like, first day, it wasn't an option. It's like, yo, we're going to get something to eat.
Yeah,
like,
it
let's
ain't
go
an
hang out
option.
together, make sure the team's building those bonds. But this is kind of an individual question. Walk us through the feeling of blocking that extra point against LSU. That's a play that's going to just, live forever in Florida State minds, not just, man, because of what it was in that moment, winning in the Superdome, but, it feels like that was almost, that win kind of defined this upward trajectory. So what did that feel like being the guy that did it?
It felt good. Actually, during the moment, I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know what to do, what type of celebration to do. All I knew is we just won the game, but it felt good knowing that I could do that for my team. But I knew, at the moment, it just ain't take me, because if I was the only one on the field, the kick wouldn't have got blocked. So just to do that for my teammates, and spark the energy for the team. I ain't a real big about me guy, but the guys always tell me, you know what you did for us, you know what you sparked for us. So anytime I can, help my team or, put myself in a position to make a play, I try to do that.
So without repeating that one, because just what is what's your favorite moment or play on the field that you've been a part of?
All of them. All of them. You can't just pick out one.
It's all just part of the journey, right? Like, you've gotten to see this team, hit the e-brake, drift around, do a 180, and kind of ascend back to the
I'll probably
top.
say one moment my freshman year when we beat North Carolina. Like, what we was going through as a team during that time, and to win that game, and like to see all the joy on everybody's faces, like that's one that's a moment that's up there.
Jeez, it's crazy that I think I'd probably speak for a lot of fans here when I say, like, it's crazy that was one career. I mean, that feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
And I remember I was watching that game. I'm a horrible friend. I was at someone's wedding, and I was like watching it on the phone, because weddings in the fall, come on. I remember Jordan ran that first touchdown in, and you just saw the smile on his face. And it's like, as a fan, at least, we hadn't seen him look like that on the field, and we're like, okay,
and we
starting to see it.
Our thing was we had it. We just ain't know, and it was just a lot of doubt in the team. But after that, we started putting it together, and then you could just see it. You could just see it forming. And then from that moment on, I knew it. I knew what was gonna happen.
What's your last one for you, man? What's your biggest motivating factor going into this year? I know some guys say, "Oh, it's a screenshot of a national championship trophy on my phone." Like, what's the thing that you're thinking every day while we're going through the summer period, getting ready for fall camp?
I got a family to feed. I got a lot of people looking up to me, and then looking for me to do stuff, like my mom and stuff like that. So, and I'm a big faith man. So I pray every day before I wake up, before I go to sleep, before I get on the field. So I just think, knowing that God got me, and then I got people that need me, that just drives me every day. That wake up, even if I ain't feeling good, tired, sick. I don't like what's going on or something, that just drives me every day. Knowing that it ain't just me in the world, I got people that depend on me.
It's always awesome to talk to you, man, just again, because you are your mindset even we're talking about a play where you block a kick and it's this huge play, it's all about my teammates, and just how that
now, if it was like
attitude goes to everybody.
tennis or baseball or golf, then you can say, but I play a team sport. So,
but it's a great mentality, man, and it's so cool to see just how the team has grown into that. And we're going to talk to AZ in just a second, and I'm sure he'll say a lot of the same stuff. So I'll let you get out of here, man.